Neymar is injured yet again. It feels like we say that a couple times every year. The Brazil number 10 sustained another injury in the international break, tearing his ACL in the World Cup qualifier against Uruguay. It must be really hard for Neymar. Getting injured this frequently is surely no footballer's dream. This is his third major injury this year alone. He had an ankle injury which required surgery much earlier in the year, and that ruled him out for 4 months. Then he had some muscular problems which sidelined him for a month. Now this ACL tear, which could keep him out for up to 6 months. Damn. It just feels like it's impossible for Neymar to go a full season without a major injury. In early 2022, he had an ankle injury that kept him out for 3 months. In February 2021 and October 2020, adductor pains ruled him out for a month each. Metatarsal fractures ruled him out from January to April 2019 and from February to May 2018. We can go on, but anyone who's been watching football over the last decade is surely aware of Neymar's injury woes. But even with how bad the Brazilian has had it, this is the very first time he's torn his ACL. So this is easily the worst injury he has had all his career. So what does this mean for him? Could this be the end? Of course, he would love to keep going for a few more years, but could his frustrations with consistent injuries force him to retire earlier than expected? He's expected to be back in April, and by that time, the season will already be wrapping up. He could decide to have one last dance with Brazil at the Copa America and hang it up, or who knows, he could choose to just say goodbye to the game even before then. Don't forget, the former Barcelona man will be turning 32 in February, so he's not a young man anymore. And Eden Hazard's recent retirement at the age of 32 doesn't leave Neymar's fans with much optimism. Hazard and Neymar are similar in many ways. They're both badass dribblers, so they draw an insane number of fouls game after game. Hazard could have gone to Saudi Arabia or the MLS in the summer, but he said he decided to retire because, in his own words, you have to listen to your body and tell yourself to stop at the right moment. As we all know, Hazard struggled a lot with injuries in his years at Madrid. After he went through all that, he didn't want to put his body through further stress, so he just retired. He had one last dance with Belgium at the World Cup, which unfortunately didn't go as he'd have wanted. Then he hung it up. This could really be Neymar next year. Recover from this injury, go to the Copa America, and then retire. But it would be really sad to see Neymar go like that. But what's crazy is that even if he doesn't retire next year, his career is still a pretty sad one because we'll keep asking what could have been. Neymar's talent has been clear for all to see since he was a kid. We all expected him to go on and win a couple Ballon d'Or and maybe even the World Cup with Brazil. But it looks like he'll be retiring with 0 Ballon d'Or and 0 international trophy. And honestly, it's hard to not blame it on the injuries. Neymar could really have won the Copa America with Brazil in 2019, but he wasn't part of that squad because of an ankle injury. If he had won that trophy, who says he couldn't have won the Ballon d'Or that year? Copa America's success was enough to win Messi the Ballon d'Or in 2021. It may just have been enough to win Neymar one in 2019. But hey, we all have to ask ourselves this. Why was Neymar's career plagued with so many injuries? Is it that he didn't take care of his body enough? Or is it down to how he plays? Players who dribble a lot are usually prone to injuries because of how often they're hacked down by opponents. Apart from Neymar and Hazard, who we've already mentioned, Dembele, Zaha, and even Ronaldo Nazario are some other dribblers who consistently suffered from injuries. So, should the referees give them more protection? Should the players stop the entertainment and just dribble less? What's the solution? Another huge factor which could have led to Neymar's injury woes is the insane number of games he played as a youngster. Neymar moved to Barcelona at the age of 21, and at that time, he had already played over 10,000 minutes of club football. Damn! At 25, he had already played over 26,000 minutes of club football across 325 games. There's no way this is healthy. No matter how good he is, he's not a machine, and his body seems to now be reacting to all the pressure it was subjected to in his early years. Haven't you ever wondered why teenage sensations usually retire relatively early? Wayne Rooney retired at 33, Sergio Aguero at 33, Eden Hazard 32, Anderson 32, Jack Wilshere 30. We could really go on, but the point is clear. When players are made to play an insane number of games at a very young age, we shouldn't be surprised when they start to get injured a lot later in their careers. This is why many fans have already started expressing their fear for the likes of Saka and Bellingham. But back to Neymar. Do you think this injury will be the end of his career? Will he still bounce back? Share your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.